In this video, I'm going to screw up the Windows Solitaire game by connecting with a debugger. I'm going to demonstrate this on Windows 2000 running inside of a web browser, and you can easily follow along. I'm going to put a link in the description. First of all, let's open the game normally, so go here to Programs, Accessories, and here's the game. You can see it functions fine. What we're going to do as a first step is make all the cards look the same. So I'm going to close this and open up Command Prompt. I'm going to start a program called ntsd. ntsd stands for NT Symbolic Debugger. I'm going to pass in the path to Solitaire, so that's going to be in Windows NT, System32, and sol.exe. You may know this as Windows on modern versions. Now if you take a look at the DLLs that this program uses, one of them is called cards.dll. And this is going to be the one that I'm going to put the breakpoint on. Specifically, let's take a look at the functions that are exported by cards.dll. So I'm going to just examine the symbols from cards with the X command over here. Module name is cards, and then exclamation point and star to list all the functions that come from cards. And this function over here, cdt draw ext, this is responsible for drawing the cards. So I'm going to put breakpoint right on this function. So I'm going to copy this and use BP for breakpoint on this over here. And now I'm going to use G to continue execution. By the way, the commands here may look similar to WinDBG if you know that debugger, because they're based on the same engine. Okay, now it's stopped on the breakpoint over here, and you can see at this point we have the green background, but no cards. If I just run here G again, you can see it drew the first card. Now since what we're seeing here is x86 32-bit assembly, the function parameters are passed on the stack. So I'm going to examine the stack with dd, which is display dword, which is 4 bytes. And I'm going to pass in ESP, which is the stack pointer. This is the register of the stack pointer. And now you can see we're just seeing here raw information from the stack. And specifically, these over here determine the next card to be drawn. So if we just get these to be a fixed value, all the cards are going to be the same. So I'm going to decide on one of those values. For example, let's put here 1B. And here I'm going to put 2. And for this, I'm going to use the ed command to edit dword, ESP, plus 10. This is in hex, by the way, the numbers by default. So 10 is going to skip over all of these. And it gets me to here. Now, in order to get to this value over here, I'm going to skip on 8, right over here. So another 8. And now I can start editing. So it's going to ask me, what do I want to put instead of 3F? So I'm going to put 1B. And the next one I'm going to put as 2. Now put nothing to stop the edit. And now I'm going to run the G command to continue execution. And you can see now we have a very interesting looking card over here. Now what I want to do is I want to fill all the board with the same card over here. So I'm going to clear the breakpoint with BC, breakpoint clear, star, clear all the breakpoints. Then I'm going to repeat the breakpoint command that we just did. But I'm going to give it a command. It's not just going to break, it's going to run a command on each breakpoint hit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this command over here. Except I'm going to tell it I want to put 1B and then 2, which are these values. You can just do this in the single line. And then semicolon, G, continue execution. So don't even stop on the breakpoint, just do this. Oops, sorry. Just do this. Now let's close this and run this. Now I'm going to run here G to continue execution. And now you can see the whole board is filled with these cards. Interesting. Now the first version of Windows Solitaire was introduced by Windows 3, which came out in 1990. And you can see it running over here. So if I go to Games, and then Solitaire, it looks pretty similar.